Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've ever felt completely frustrated by Etsy search, believe me, you are not alone. Today, we're unpacking the ultimate blueprint for mastering Etsy search optimization. We've distilled the absolute best research into a crystal clear guide that's going to change the way you run your shop forever. Let's dive right in.
You know the feeling, right? It's literally the ultimate frustration. You spend hours, maybe even days, creating this brilliant product, setting up your shop perfectly, and then just absolute crickets. Meanwhile, a competitor, offering something incredibly similar, is out there practically printing money. Well, today, we're prying open that mysterious black box of Etsy's algorithm to figure out exactly why that happens.
So here is our clear roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. How search works, 2. Cracking the ranking algorithm, 3. Building the perfect listing, 4. Turning views into sales, 5. Trust and common mistakes, and finally, number 6. The golden success formula.
All right, Section 1. How Etsy search actually works.
Think of Etsy search as a strict two-step bouncer at an exclusive club. Step 1 is query matching. When a buyer types in, say, Excel budget planner, Etsy immediately filters millions of listings to find exact matches in tags, titles, or categories. Simply put, if you don't have those exact words, you don't even make it inside the club. Step 2 is ranking. This is where Etsy decides who actually gets the VIP table on page 1.
Which brings us to Section 2, cracking the ranking algorithm.
So looking at how the algorithm's brain is divided up, relevancy is definitely your biggest slice. That's just how closely your text matches the buyer's exact search. But right next to it are listing quality score and customer experience. Etsy also throws in a temporary recency boost to new items, and they strongly consider your shipping and pricing. Essentially, relevancy gets you considered, but those other, more human-driven slices, those are what actually win the game.
Let's compare these two directly for a second. Relevancy is highly technical, right? It's just machines matching text to text. But listing quality, that is entirely human. Etsy actively watches the buyers. Do they click your thumbnail? Do they add it to their cart? Do they actually pull out their credit card? Matching the text gets you in the room, sure. But human behavior is what pushes you all the way to the top.
Here's exactly how that listing quality score works in practice. Imagine 2 listings, and they both get 100 views. Listing A converts those views into 10 sales. Listing B gets 0. Well, Etsy's algorithm is going to heavily favor listing A. Why? Because Etsy wants to make money, and the data proves that real humans actually want to buy listing A. They will always promote the listing that consistently closes the deal.
Moving right along to Section 3, building the perfect listing.
Okay, a bad title like My Awesome Excel File is a total disaster because nobody is searching for the word awesome on Etsy, except maybe your mom. A good title, on the other hand, is absolutely packed with what buyers actually type. Think Employee Attendance Tracker Excel Template. The absolute golden rule here, place your most important, highest converting buyer keywords right at the very beginning of your title. Now, when it comes to tags, please avoid the trap of using single words like Excel. And definitely don't waste space repeating the exact same terms over and over. You get 13 tags from Etsy. You've got to use every single one of them. Make them long-tail phrases, something like Excel Budget Planner, so you can capture all that hidden, highly specific search traffic.
Look, visual elements are literally the ultimate drivers of your click-through rate. If you're selling an automatic salary calculator, your main thumbnail can't just be a plain logo. No way. It needs to be a crisp dashboard preview. Show them a mobile view. Highlight the core features. Include a zoomed-in section so they can really see the quality. Basically, your photos must do the heavy selling before a buyer even reads a single word.
Descriptions are often pretty misunderstood, but they've got to be structured for both the search engine and the tired, scanning human being. Start your first lines by instantly explaining exactly what the product does, using strong keywords. Then, in the middle, list the specific features, maybe as nice, clear bullet points. Finally, at the end, clearly explain how they actually download and use the file. Good structure builds buyer confidence.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 4, turning views into sales.
Remember that listing quality score we talked about just a minute ago? Etsy actively prioritizes listings that actually convert. So to reduce buyer friction right away, run through this mental checklist. Can you make your thumbnails pop a bit more? Is your pricing totally straightforward? Have you uploaded a short video demo of the product in action? You want to make it ridiculously easy for them to say yes.
Notice the psychological pricing tactic going on here. If you sell digital products, offering bundled deals is practically a superpower. Look, selling a single template for 300 rupees is totally fine, but offering a bundle of 5 complementary templates for 1,200, that gives the buyer massive perceived value. This tactic drastically increases your conversion rate and seriously drives up your average order value.
Okay, there is a hidden SEO cheat code right inside your Etsy Shop Manager. It's called the Search Visibility page. Etsy will literally use this page to give you direct, automated suggestions telling you if you're missing relevant tags or if your click-through rate on certain items is just way too low. Guys, listen to the platform. It's telling you exactly what it wants.
Now for Section 5, Trust and Common Mistakes. What you're seeing here is a glaring example of keyword stuffing, and it is a major stop sign. Spamming the exact same word repeatedly looks incredibly suspicious to buyers and totally ruins their reading experience. Plus, Etsy's algorithm is definitely smart enough to recognize this, and it will actually penalize your visibility. Always keep your titles natural, readable, and professional.
You've got to aggressively avoid negative signals. Misleading thumbnails that promise something your product doesn't actually deliver, those are going to spike your refund rate. Dark, poor quality images, they just make your brand look cheap. Copying other sellers verbatim tells Etsy you offer absolutely zero unique value. And open customer cases, that is the absolute fastest way to tell the algorithm your shop is a highly risky place to send search traffic.
Instead, you want to combat those risks with these trust-building pillars. Polite, lightning-fast replies to messages lead directly to glowing 5-star reviews. Having a complete shop profile, a robust FAQ section, and a super clear PDF of instructions, all of that makes buyers feel incredibly safe. And guess what? Those good reviews increase your conversions, which tells Etsy to rank you higher, creating this beautiful, unstoppable upward loop.
And that brings us to our final section, number 6, the golden success formula.
This right here is the golden formula, and it basically acts as a multiplier. Visibility gets you in the search results. A great thumbnail gets you the click-through rate. A persuasive description secures the conversion. And great customer service, that gets you the reviews. Think about it. If you have incredible visibility but absolutely zero conversions, your overall result is still going to be zero. You really have to master all 4 of these elements to unlock true, sustainable ranking on the platform.
Which brings us to our final big thought for today. Are you building a long-term trust-based brand for your buyers, or are you just chasing empty keywords? Because ultimately, Etsy's algorithm is really just a mirror reflecting real human behavior. Prioritizing genuinely useful products and delivering a truly excellent customer experience isn't just good karma. It's actually the mathematically proven path to massive Etsy growth. So, the question is, which one are you building? Thanks so much for joining this explainer. Now get out there and start optimizing.